Hey guys, welcome back to Brainiac Workshop. This will be the 14th terminal lesson in our series, and we're going to be talking about something very interesting as we go more in depth into terminal. But first and foremost, I just want to talk about something about the previous terminal lesson that I may have forgot to mention. You can use any command at all to do within the executable. Any command you can put down. So, for example, I'm going to first do cd desktop, and I'm going to make something. So I'm going to download a web page. So remember that one, www.google.com greater than ~desktop/Google. Now there's Google right there. Now I'm going to make a text file and turn it into executable text. I'm just call it text, texter, whatever. And then I'm just going to be like, okay, say hello, say bye, and then say open cd desktop, and then open Google. So when I hit Control X, yes, enter, chmod +X texter. Hit open that.
Hello, bye.
And it opens. Oh, whoops! I forgot to do something really important. That tell this to only be opened with text edit. Oh, then this doesn't work properly. Okay, sweet. Now try it again.
Hello, bye.
There it is, done. So you can do anything. Just want to keep that in mind. Any command that we have learned or you have learned can be applied. It's just that you have to consider all the steps that you do to actually do the command. So for example, if you're having a command like this one, the curl to download the web pages, you're not only just typing curl-o. You first do cd desktop and then doing curl-o www.google.com. So you have to always include the steps that you need to do the command that you want to do. And you can do any command that you have learned, we have gone over. Any command will work. Just to clarify that up. So we're gonna move on. If you do have any questions, please leave them in the comments about which commands, or if there's any confusion. But any command will work. Any command that works in terminal will work in the executable. So the thing that we're going to be focusing on today, the actual lesson of today, is going to be on something known as computer interpreting languages. What does that really mean? Well, a computer interpreting languages is essentially a computer language. It's something that it interprets code. It's what interprets code. So then it's how the computer knows that, okay, if I do curl-o www.google.com, what it's basically, the computer knows that it wants it to, that it's downloading that web page. That's what it knows that. And the reason why it knows that is because there's like an interpreter. The computer is interpreting this to download a web page from the internet. Now, the one we're using, there's many different kinds of computing languages, interpreting languages, especially on terminal. And there's certain commands that can work in terminal, and they work in different computer languages, and some of them can't work in one computer language, but can work in the other computer language. So, for example, they're actually expressed as they're also known as shells. Okay, they're kind of shells. A very common shell is a sh shell. When you type sh, notice how this whole thing changes. It's a totally different system now. You're working in a completely different interpreting language, which again is like an interpreter. It's the way the computer interprets the code. So now we're in a language that interprets something differently than a different language. And in some cases, say if I did a certain command in this format, it may not work in this format because there are completely different computer languages. So there's sh, which is one shell. There's also another thing called csh, which is a totally different shell, and it looks very similar to this, however it's not the same. Looks just like that. There's also the core shell. It's spelled KSH, and now it's completely different. And notice how it says dollar signs. So what's really important to understand is that terminal can GNU, the designer, can basically this terminal can really be compatible with several different computer languages: SH, CSH, KSH. They're all different computer languages that you can use, and they can be used to do certain commands. Like certain commands may not work with CSH, but may work with SH, or may not work with KSH and work with CSH. So it's really important to understand. So after this, now we're going to actually look at individual commands that apply to each of these, and what they do in depth on those very commands. Then that's what it's really going to be about from here on out. However, we will be also putting in individual commands, cool commands that we learn, stuff like that. However, a lot of it's going to be focused on these really small things. So today's key points to know. Terminal can take several computer interpreting languages. One of them is SH. One of them, oh yes, and I also forgot to mention another one. Another computer language is Bash. Bash is also another one of these computer interpreting languages. So going back to what I was saying, you can have SH as one of your computing languages. CSH is one of your computing interpreter languages. KSH is one of your computer interpreting languages, and Bash. All of those interpret code differently, as they are all different interpreters. So that's what really today's lesson is about: understanding different computing languages, computer interpreting languages. So if you are confused, if I might have I stutter a lot sometimes, so I get confused and I say the wrong word occasionally. So if you are really confused about anything, do write it in the comments below. We will answer your questions. And thank you for watching, and bye.